Queen fans have been plagued by rock's greatest mystery for nearly 30 years. After Freddie Mercury's death, John Deacon, the silent genius behind Another One Bites the Dust and I Want to Break Free, disappeared from music. No interviews, public appearances, or explanations. John remained silent as Brian May and Roger Taylor carried Queen's legacy. After years of rumors, Deacon family sources are confirming news that will devastate Queen fans. They reveal more than pain. It involves deep loyalty, irreplaceable loss, and a man who believed Queen died with Freddie Mercury. Nobody expected John's departure to be so devastating. Quiet genius who shaped Queen's sound. We must consider what Queen lost when John Deacon left to comprehend his departure. John was more than just the band's bassist. He was a musical pioneer and secret weapon. Queen completed their iconic lineup with John Richard Deacon in 1971. John was shy and reserved, unlike Freddie Mercury, Brian May, and Roger Taylor. However, his music was crucial to Queen's success. John wrote some of Queen's best hits. Bites the Dust, their best-selling U.S. hit, reached R&B charts and introduced Queen to new audiences. I Wanna Break Free was a global hit, and You're My Best Friend was his pop masterpiece. He created Queen's unique groove with his melodic bass lines. Finance was the band's brain beyond songwriting. Early on, he handled their business with the same precision he played bass. Brian May stated that John is a really private individual. Though he spoke rarely, his words were generally important. Queen lost a bassist and part of their creative DNA when he left. Our unbreakable bond with Freddie Mercury family sources confirm what many suspected. Creative or business issues didn't cause John Deacon's departure. It was about the heartbreaking loss of his best friend and Queen's heart, Freddie Mercury. The John-Freddie relationship was deeper than most fans understood. Though different, Freddie the extrovert and John the silent perfectionist enjoyed a musical understanding that transcended words. According to family sources, John considered Freddie as Queen's soul, not merely a bandmate. John was among the first to learn Freddie had AIDS in 1987. John was distraught and supported Freddie personally and professionally in his dying years, according to the family. John felt strongly while recording Miracle and Innuendo. John took Freddie Mercury's death on November 24, 1991, the hardest, according to reports. I think losing Freddie was painful for him, Brian May said. He found that quite tough. John had great sensitivity. He took it hard. Roger Taylor spoke plainly. John panicked and quit the music business. Simple as that. He was devastated by Freddie's death, not simply professional grief. We lost someone John thought irreplaceable. Last performances and withdrawal. Family confirms John's withdrawal wasn't sudden. The gradual process began after Freddie's death and ended with his music retirement. John struggled with each post-Freddie project. John had one of his last public appearances at the April 20, 1992. Freddie Mercury Tribute Concert. According to family sources, John participated out of love for Freddie but was noticeably uncomfortable. As other singers tried to replace Freddie, John became more certain that Queen had died with its frontman. Family members said John's 1995 Made in Heaven experience was extremely draining. John's work with Freddie's final vocals on the album was excruciating, reminding them of their loss. The family says John's last Queen studio recording was 1997's No One But You, Only the Good Die Young, a tribute to Freddie composed by Brian May. This song was John's musical farewell to his friend and his lifelong band. John's last public performance was at Maurice Béjart's Ballet for Life debut in Paris on January 17, 1997. Family sources report this brief meeting with May, Taylor, and Elton. John said goodbye to Queen by playing "The Show Must Go On." Thus, he retired from music forever. Thought Queen died with Freddie. The Deacon family's most tragic confirmation involves John's core belief concerning Queen's identity. John saw Queen as more than a band with numerous lineups. 4 persons formed a fantastic mix. When Freddie died, so did his charm. John believed Queen needed Freddie Mercury to continue, according to family insiders. He saw Freddie as more than the lead singer. He ruled. These weren't ego or creative control issues. The issue was artistic integrity and respect for their work. His family said John was quite uncomfortable with other vocalists performing Queen. He respected Brian and Roger's determination to keep the music alive, but he couldn't join them in an impossible quest to recreate something unreplicable. Can any vocalist match Freddie Mercury's voice, stage presence, and creativity? John said no emphatically. John's surviving bandmates suffered from this philosophical split. Brian May and Roger Taylor finally performed Queen's music with Paul Rodgers and Adam Lambert, but they believed they couldn't convey Queen's soul. John remained loyal to the original 4, according to family lore. His notion, often repeated by May and Taylor, that their original partnership was holy, was profoundly felt. Life and legacy in reclusion. The Deacon family's confirmations show a guy who valued silence, family, and peace over popularity, celebrity, and compromise. John's complete disengagement wasn't bitter. He wanted to respect Freddie in the right way and keep his integrity. John and his wife, Veronica Tetzlaff, married since 1975, and their 6 children live quietly in southwest London since retirement. Family insiders say this wasn't a sorrowful retreat, but a determined choice to prioritize what mattered. The family said John has no regrets about retiring from music. His £130 to £170 million net fortune from Queen's success gave him financial flexibility to choose his future. His songwriting royalties, especially from Another One Bites the Dust, continue to provide large revenue without public involvement. Brian May has respected John's choice, but we don't see him. Definitely his own man. We respect his privacy. It's sad because we want him, but he doesn't. The Deacon family's confirmations show a more beautiful and sorrowful story than supposition. John didn't depart over artistic or financial issues. He quit because he adored Freddie Mercury and Queen and couldn't see their legacy diminished. John's view that Queen died with Freddie is the pinnacle of loyalty and art. His quiet memorialization of his friend shows an uncommon depth of character in entertainment. Do you agree with John's decision to resign rather than continue without Freddie? Share in the comments. Like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more poignant music stories. Thanks for watching.